Many bitches don't like it, but yeah, I do like it. My nigga, she's mine. Vanilla and yellow, the beauty, the boobs, and my nigga, she's out of Philly. Obizo, the calling, 2017, yeah, that's my yeah. Ngcukale, I'm talking about Ngcukale.
What's up, everybody? How you guys? How are you guys doing? My name is Ngcukale, but you are more than welcome to call me Bella, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I promise you, it is free. I am so sorry for the background, the noise in the background. There are people here, we're on campus, and they're living their best lives. We can't tell them to keep it down because we are actually invading their space.
Don't you wish we were living our best lives? Though?
I honestly wish we could. Honestly, I really wish we could.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today, as you can see, I have a guest. This is Izzy Davids. He's my friend. We go to college together, and today he's.
That's actually where we met.
It's actually where we met. Yeah, we met last year. We auditioned together, and
that's
we
so
messed up.
true. No, we were in the same audition group, and we. Should we talk about first impressions? No. Okay, that's another story.
Please
no. No. Okay, so we auditioned together. She was amazing. I was okay. And long story short, we both
got in.
Got accepted, yeah.
But you were also amazing. What do you mean?
Thank you.
I mean, I forgot
I just
my
wanted
lines.
that validation, like, you know.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, today's topic is being gay in South Africa.
Yeah.
And so I decided to invite Izzy because Izzy is part of the LGBTQ plus community, and of course he would have more knowledge than I would, and he has more experience in the field. So I thought, let me just bring him in. And thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're my first guest.
Thank you. Okay, I first want to say thank you, and I am such a big fan of your models and your values and your videos. If you haven't, if this is your first time on this channel, please go and subscribe or just watch some of the previous content. So, hi, my name's Izzy Davids. I am an artist. I love writing, songwriting, poetry. I love makeup. I started doing makeup about last year, and it's sort of become a therapeutic routine for me. And it's just, it's been amazing to create some content from that hobby, I would say, with makeup. And I also have a YouTube channel. You can check me out at Izzy Davids. I'm on Instagram at Izzy Davids, and my business account on Instagram is Izzy Artistry. I will share all my poems, my songs, my makeup looks for anyone who is interested, and also on Twitter. But yeah, that's basically me in a nutshell.
That's Izzy Davids.
And I am part of the LGBTQ plus community.
Eva. Okay, so we're gonna dive into it real quick. We have our first question.
Okay.
I'm so scared too.
I'm so nervous.
I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna be nice.
The pressure.
When did you know that you were gay, or you are gay?
Okay. That I was gay. I'm not gay anymore, clearly. That was a joke. I am. No, because she said, when did I realize I was gay? Past tense. I changed.
And then I said, yes. You are gay, and then you
that's why
I'm sorry.
Okay. So when did I know that I was gay? That I am gay?
You know what I mean.
That I was into guys,
Why is this funny?
PG-13, okay. So I would say I always knew, but I would cover it up. In primary school, I would date girls, or not date, no one wanted to date me, but yeah. I would have crush on girls and make it super public. I would purposely tell people I like this girl and whatever, just to cover that. And I think grade 5, I had a really cute teacher, a male teacher, and I don't know, I just thought this is too much information, but people go through these things. When you're young, you don't really have anywhere to focus these emotions and these.
You end up taking it out.
Yes. So I had this teacher that I had a crush on, and then obviously my emotions told me that I was into guys like that. And so that's when I kind of told myself, but subconsciously I feel like I always knew.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is deep.
It's insane.
How come I've never heard of this story
No,
before?
it is.
You're very secretive. Is he keeping things from me?
Don't say that, no. That's not a conversation starter though. How do I bring that into a
I don't know. You just find a way.
No,
I tell you everything.
Okay, I'm sure there's things I don't know about you.
Next question.
Okay, yeah. Wait, I wanted to say it was a hard time, but it taught me a lot.
So
but
then,
that's where I knew.
when did you come out?
To my family or like acceptance?
To your family and the public.
I came out. Oh my god! I came out to my family a couple times. The first time I was kind of shoved out of the closet by my family, and they kind of caught me like looking at like some inappropriate content, which obviously told them that my temptations were kind of like, you know. And then they called me out on it. They had a whole family meeting. It was insane. I went through a whole thing, like, you know, the whole dramatic thing, and then they actually made me promise to change. Like, they made me promise not to be gay, and then I made the promise. I was like in grade 7. I was like, okay, because I was scared. I was a child. I was like, okay, I don't want to get kicked out of my house. So I just said, okay, I'll change. And obviously that was impossible. I ended up coming out again in grade 11, high school. And I felt more confident because I had grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10 to kind of develop as a person. So grade 11 I came out again. Did not go well. I ended up moving out of my house. Lived with like a friend for a while. Lived with my mom. But my grandparents, this is like so deep. My grandparents are like my parents. So I lived with them throughout most of my life. But when I came out, I moved out of my grandparents' place and I moved into my mom's place, which was not the best environment for me. So I ended up like jumping from place to place until I found a job and just moved out and moved into my own place, which is where I am now, and I'm happy. So
he's such a hard worker, you guys.
I think you have to be.
Such an inspiration. I wish I could tell you.
Do you know the saying, gay people are known to become successful?
No.
That's like a huge...
But like, yeah, it goes without saying.
Yeah, it's a saying because we really have to grow up on our own and really quickly. And it's really like... I feel like, it's very harsh, like predator-prey type thing. Like, people see us as weak, but then we kind of just have to like continuously prove a point that we're not, you know. And I think that builds up a resilience and a hunger for more success and more happiness and all the stuff. And so it's good. Yeah. But it's amazing. I mean, I wouldn't change anything about my past. I would at the time, but now I'm grateful. Like I made peace with my struggles, and I wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for all of that baggage. But yeah, I'm grateful.
Well, I'm glad that you are happy.
Thank you.
And you don't regret that, because my next question was going to be, do you regret it? Do you regret coming out?
I don't. Oh, no, I don't. I actually get asked this question a lot by a lot of my other gay friends who aren't out yet. And they would want to like get my opinion on that. And I always tell them no. I wouldn't push them to come out because that's a personal choice. There are many situations where you don't have to.
Sorry.
It's okay. There are many situations where you don't have to come out. It depends on your situation and on your environment and your family and all of that.
So
I don't regret it, number one, and also you shouldn't regret your journey, your timing. You know, I don't want to like say you have to come out and it's going to be so amazing and it's the best decision. Sometimes it's not. I was just I've always been rebellious, and I knew that I was going to be kicked out of my house, and I think that's what people are most afraid of when coming out, but I just didn't care. I was just that unhappy. And I felt like it was all or nothing and I have nothing to lose. So, for me it was just like this is the only way. And it worked. But years after that it was hectic. So I don't regret it now. Because now I am happy.
So you would say that before coming out, at least try to scan your environment. Try to understand your condition and situation.
You really have to think about coming out.
Because there's no going back.
If there's no going back. They will try and push you, try and convince you that it's maybe a phase. I'm sure lots of people in the LGBT community hear the phrase, oh, it's just a phase. You're just going through that. I've heard that. And you, being young, you believe it, and you make all these promises like, oh, I'm going to change, but it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. But don't regret it, though.
This is really, I don't know, this is really, I'm feeling all
She's
sorts
very
of
emotional.
I'm feeling all sorts of emotions right now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they know that you're a Cancer, so
they know that. I think I've said that.
Yes,
you said that in
times. Multiple videos.
I'm sorry, but I want you guys to understand
that proves
why.
that I watch your videos, though.
Because he knows a lot.
I watch the whole video.
Oh wow! This is why I love you. You're so supportive.
Thank you.
Anyways, so how did your life change after you came out?
Initially, it got really bad. I was before coming out I was depressed, but when I came out, obviously getting a feeling of being neglected, being disowned in a sense, not really having anywhere to call home. You feel extremely sad. I went through a really dark phase and I carry a lot of that darkness with me, even in my poetry. Some of the stuff it gets really dark, and I like that because it's a part of me now.
Okay.
So initially it was bad, but then gradually as I became more and more accepting, because it took a while for me to accept myself, because I was getting so much hate from people, from my blood. I was getting so much hate, and from society in general. You have to really take time to accept yourself and tell yourself that it's just how it is, and you can still be happy, but the sad days are okay. It's up to you, kind of, because I could still be sad, but I chose not to. I chose to become independent, become my own person, make my own path. And then eventually my parents and my family followed. And so now we kind of have this relationship where they know who I am and they respect that.
Okay.
So it was hard because I had to fight for their respect and for their love. And so many other kids out there, they're born into a loving family. They don't have to fight for it or prove anything, which is fine. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about that, but it's a journey, and it's gonna be extremely hard before it gets easy. But getting to that easy stage depends on you, and the sooner you realize that power that you have, the sooner you'll get to a happier state of mind, a happier state of your physical environment, and also the people. I feel like the people that you surround yourself with. I had to cut a lot of people out of my life that I thought were good for me. But it's literally, you have to really be able to nitpick at every aspect of your life, because people can slow you down, situations can slow you down, but you have the power. And the sooner you realize that it gets easier.
You're gonna make me cry. Oh my gosh. Stop.
These questions are so personal.
I'm so sorry, but
I don't mind.
This is how we get the actual truth,
Yeah.
So would you say that your sexuality has affected your work or school?
With the way I carry myself physically?
In any way.
My sexuality. I feel like people who don't know much about the LGBT plus community, they have these ideas of what gay people are like, what lesbians are like, what bisexual people are like, and how they dress, how they talk, whatever. And I feel like whenever I walk into a new situation, a new environment, I kind of have to like let everyone show their true selves first before I can.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's so much expectation, like, oh, you're gay, like, you know, aren't you supposed to be very, like, you know, flamboyant, flashy, like over the top, which is fine if you are like that, but I am not. So I definitely felt a certain level of, I want to say, unknown expectation, because they didn't know me. They just knew my label, which was being gay, and they attached that label to the typical stereotype, you know.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I was treated or seen differently in any situation that I find myself in. It was hard for me to have straight guy friends at first. Not because I was awkward around like straight guy people. No, not for that reason. Because like they get super awkward though.
I know.
I've seen it. They get awkward and they automatically feel like you're trying to make a move on them or like trying to get with them in any kind of way, and that makes the whole situation awkward. Like for me, I would just want a guy friend, and now that I do have guy friends, are amazing. So I enjoy having straight guy friends because I feel like they are so understanding and they can be really mature, and it's nice to get a different perspective on things and to talk about different things. It's like if you come together and you talk about your interests or your day or anything, your hobbies, there's a huge difference, and that's what I like. I don't like being around people with similar interests because I feel like it doesn't challenge me, and it doesn't challenge the norm of society. I feel like more people should come together from different backgrounds, different sexual orientations, and just be open. And I only recently started hanging around or having straight guy friends, and it's been an experience. Not all relationships have worked out, friendships, but again, it's a process, it's a journey. You have to find your right group of people, and sometimes it's only 5 people, which I also realized you don't need a whole list of people. You and your small circle is more than enough. Like, that's what I realized, and I wasn't okay with that for a while.
But you worked on it.
Yes, I worked on it. It's a lot of soul searching and work.
True. So, what would you? So good. It's going so well. I am loving it. And I'm getting the real you. All of this is from every.
I didn't know you were gonna be this personal.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was gonna be more general topics.
Not even. I am not that girl. Okay. I'm sorry. Are you gonna forgive me for this?
No, I will. I feel like this is just your plan to get me to open up.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I got 2 more questions left.
Oh, okay. That's so
what
sad.
would you say is the hardest part about being gay in South Africa?
In South Africa, the hardest part of being gay. I have 2 things.
Okay.
2 things. I feel like the gay community is very competitive. In terms of who's the baddest and who's more snatched and whatever. It's very competitive. It's very malicious. Like it's very like territorial. I think more so than the straight guy.
Okay.
It's very competitive. Sometimes it's hard to keep up in terms of like mental health, and you really have to like sometimes push yourself to like portray a certain image, which I feel is like it's like that in every community, but for me that's something that I wish wasn't as important.
Okay.
I wish that the gay community would focus more on unity and like connecting and being together and being open, as opposed to like the material stuff, and I had 2 things. The other thing that I would say is very challenging Oh, relationships. I feel like it's definitely like this in the gay community. It's all about the sex and it's all about the physical attraction, and it's really hard to find someone who is serious about dating and serious about
It's like that everywhere.
their lives together. I know, but
Every single community.
in the gay community,
Like
it's
that.
aseptic. So yeah, those are two things. I feel like I've outgrown the whole, what are my parents gonna think, and judgment. I really don't care what people think about me as a person anymore. But if you are younger, that would be one of your struggles because it's really hard. But now, being 22, I don't have time for that. Like, this is me, whatever.
You're older than me.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
You turned 21 this year. You're turning 21.
Yes.
Okay. Why is that shocking though?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm older. I'm 1 year older than you. God.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
But we're both wise though.
I'm really not. But
You
like,
are.
we're not gonna get into that now.
I feel like you are.
Last is not really a question. More like motivation.
Okay.
Do you have any message for any people out there who are still in the closet, who are having a hard time coming out? Would you
Yeah.
like to say something to them?
Yes. If you are still in the closet, it is specifically for those people.
It can be okay for now. For the people
Okay,
in
for the
closet.
people in the closet, and you're thinking of coming out, or even if you're not thinking and you know that it's something you have to do eventually, whether you are married or whatever, in your 30s, blah blah blah. Like we said earlier, examine your surroundings, kind of like paint a picture in your mind of how their reaction will be, whether it's your family or friends. Just picture of how they will react and ways to navigate around that in a safe, calm way. I think the worst thing to do is to like completely go insane and like throw a tantrum or just like break something, because that's not, violence isn't going to help. So I think for you, in order for them to take you seriously, you have to stay calm and be a grown-up. Because it takes a grown-up to say something like
It
that.
does.
You can't
It's
be
big.
yes, you
Life
can't be a child and they see you as a child and you're willing to make such a big statement about your life. So take your time and be okay with not coming out immediately. It's not always the make or break thing. You're not gonna feel any different when you come out. You're still gonna feel empty and sad because you haven't accepted yourself. If you have accepted yourself and you're willing to come out, do it, but make sure that you have that self-love, because the chances are that all the love around you is going to either be taken away or it's going to change in some kind of way. So you need to be content. So even if everything goes to shit, even if all hell breaks loose, you will still have your love for yourself. And I feel like that's key with anything that you do. I feel like self-love is very important. Advice: be yourself in the community, and don't always go for what everyone expects you to be, because it's only going to make you sadder to keep on having to put up this image. It's draining. And I've always been into makeup. I've always been very girly at heart. I grew up wearing my mom's dresses when I was before I was 5 years old. So I always had that part of me that I kind of hid away. But if I decided not to and to love myself earlier on, I would have done makeup a long time ago. So for me, the fact that I had to wait until I was 20 to be able to be okay with picking up a makeup brush or wearing a dress or doing any kind of girly thing is sad. So if you can get to that point earlier, do it. Because we only live once, man.
Oh man.
Like we do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this. I hope this changes someone's life, because wow, if it doesn't, you're gonna break my heart. Okay, you're breaking my heart. Thank you, Izzy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend. You know what's funny? I found out that he was gay when we were preparing for an exam.
An exam. Voice and speech.
Yeah. And
So funny.
so we're in the middle of a discussion.
We literally sat in like a group circle.
In a circle, right? And I don't know who was saying what, but Izzy was like, oh yeah, we could do something, and I could act like I'm gay because I am gay. And I said, what? he said the same line, and then he said, because I am gay. And it's really surprised me how comfortable he was with
I was just
saying
gonna
it.
say, yeah, I said that with so much confidence.
So much confidence.
And
I just had to hear it one more
Yeah.
time. I was like, what did you just say? And he was like, because I'm gay. And I was like, okay, we see you. And we've been the best of friends since.
yeah.
I love
And
you.
I feel like I love you too so much. I feel like that's the point that you need to reach. You need to be able to look at a complete stranger and be able to say, this is who I am, this is my identity, and not think twice about it.
You need to be comfortable.
You know? Yes, comfortable. And if you're not there yet, give yourself some time before you make any big decisions, you know? But there's no rush.
There's
As
no
long
rush.
as you're not hiding yourself in any, dramatic way. Or, just don't suffocate yourself. I mean, mental health is very important.
It's very important,
It's very
yeah.
important.
Thank you, Izzy.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for being here.
Thank you so
This
much.
means
for
the world to
having
me. I know I probably get a nerve or something.
I got way too vulnerable than I
I
thought.
am
I
so
thought this was really gonna be based on statistics.
Nah, not
okay.
me, fam.
No,
Not
my
me.
God,
Thank you
okay.
so much.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Check me out on social media.
Yes.
I will be posting soon where you can have under
Yeah.
in the description box below. Thank you again so much.
Thank
and
you,
I'm
guys.
really such a huge fan of your work.
I'm also a huge fan of your
No,
work.
like seriously, I'm a
also
huge
serious.
fan.
What are you talking
I'm a
about?
huge fan of your work, and I think you're gonna do amazing things.
Dude, you're
Like,
breaking
really,
boundaries.
no.
He's an award-winning poet, by the way, writer and poet. And he's talking about me, you know.
No, you really.
That time he's got awards, baby. He's been winning these awards and he's gonna keep winning them. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. I absolutely love you, and I do hope this changes your life, someone's life out there. Thank you, Izzy, for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
for
Please
having
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's free. And also follow us on all of these platforms. Thank you from me and Izzy Davids.
me. Bye.
Everybody.
Ngcukale, I'm talking